Hello and welcome to Main Street Matters by Heart on Main Street, the podcast that looks for signs for your success. I am your host, Patrick Keiser. Imagine walking into a retail store and seeing no signs. It would honestly be a pretty jarring experience. But you're a smart shopper, you might say to yourself. I don't need signs to clutter my shopping experience. However, the more that you enter into this wordless wasteland, the more you become disoriented. There's nothing to tell you what to buy, where it's kept, or why you might buy it. There are no promotional materials to tell you what the product can do for you and when and how it can do it. Where are the items that are on sale? Where are the staff picks? What are things that are made in the United States or support a cause that you might support too? I guess there could be smoke signals or some semaphore system to guide you without signs, but on the whole, signs are necessary. Signage isn't just a visual element in the store, it's a silent guide that enhances your shopping experience. Yet we often overlook its impact unless it's poorly executed. Think back to a time when you were in a store and a poorly designed or distracting sign caught your eye. Unfortunately, these signs overshadow the role of all of the other well-crafted ones. In his book, Why We Buy, Paco Underhill believes that the correct signage is so important that he dedicates an entire chapter to the topic. If you haven't already guessed it, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how retailers can effectively use signage to improve a shopper's experience. So do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? It's book club time. For the first lesson on signage, I want to go back to our first lesson we had from this book. The store experience starts outside. I've seen many retailers try to establish rules by placing signs on the doors. No children under 16 unaccompanied by an adult. Backpacks must be left at the front of the store. No credit cards accepted. We could argue about why a store feels the need to have these rules or what it does to a shopper's mentality when the first interaction that they have with the store is to have rules thrown in their face. But that's subjective. I'd rather talk about the efficiency of signage to begin with. As we established in an earlier episode, when a shopper enters a store, they're moving at a rapid pace. It takes them about 10 to 15 feet for their body to even catch up that they are in a new location. Do you think they're actually reading the signs that are written, usually by hand on computer paper, and taped to the door or the window? How many times has a store had a closed sign clearly posted, yet people still walk up and try and push or pull their way through the door? And honestly, that's the one sign you'd expect them to look at on the outside. It doesn't matter how many times you vigorously underline no, nobody's going to read it. Instead, it's just clutter on the door. Even inside a store, getting someone to read something is no picnic. Underhill puts real numbers to this. Only 17% of people notice a sign. 12% of those people bother to read it. And they average 2.9 seconds if you're lucky reading the sign. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3, that's it. So a long-winded explanation of these handcrafted artisanal whatchamacallits that were made using an 1,000-year-old technique first devised by Nepalese monks. You lost me, I don't care. Signs serve a purpose. They tell you what to buy, where it's kept, and why to buy it. They tell you what it can do for you and how it can do it. Signs should have a clear and logical fashion to them. Catch attention, and then a beginning, middle, and end. Deliver information in a way that people can absorb it, a layer at a time. If you don't get their attention, nothing else matters. If you don't communicate the message, the shopper is confused. Putting up a sign is not just about finding an empty space and plastering a message. It's about knowing what message to put at each point within the store in order to ensure that it resonates with the shopper. If there's an area that they will be walking through quickly, then something short, punchy, and to the point will be the only thing that registers. In an area where customers are browsing, you can go a little bit more into detail. An area where the shopper is comparing similar product types might be a great opportunity to provide information to guide their purchase or even suggest something else entirely that is a complementary item. Check out our jewelry section to find a piece that goes well with your new dress. Many retail stores are naturally set up by categories: kitchen, gifts, bath, home decor, kids, women's, men's. These categories are natural fits for simple, one-word signs that allow shoppers to see at an instantaneous glance what section of the store they're looking for. A simple guide to bring the customer to their desired products. They won't need to feel embarrassed when they're asking where they might find the decorative servingware. They can just look up and find it easily. Signs are sometimes not looked at or read because the shopper has come in for a specific purpose. They are on a mission to get to a part of the store, and no sign, no matter how alluring, is going to stop them from reaching their goal. For this reason, it's important that signs are visible from all throughout the store. You're not just appealing to those that walk in the front and logically make their way around the shop. You also need to make signs visible to those who immediately went to the back and then are going to work their way forward. Many retail locations have clearance sections in the back. This has trained many shoppers to walk straight to the back and look for good deals. You want to make signs visible from the store's rear and placed on the pathway to the checkout. Underhill says that the best signage interrupts the person's line of sight or is placed in an area where people are already looking. Many stores have the habit of placing a sign above the cash wrap area, which is bad placement. No one stands in front of the cashier and looks directly up. So where are they looking instead? Either at the cashier or down where the payment machine is. Having a sign on something that is eye level to the cashier or next to the payment machine increases the likelihood of someone reading it. Likewise, having a sign where people in line can read is a good placement. But having the sign advertise something at the opposite end of the store where you'd have to leave line in order to go get it is a bad strategy. For all of our talk about sign placement and ways to grab attention, we should talk about what a sign should look like. Signs are excellent opportunities for a store to demonstrate its brand. They should be in brand colors, and they should use a brand font. If the brand colors are not contrasting enough, read those conversations that we've had about how eyesight changes as people age, you can always use a white base and then use the brand colors as accents on the sign. Branding is important in all parts of the store, but you especially want there to be consistent branding with the signs in your store. Consistent branding provides extra guidance to the shopper to look at the sign. They will know that this isn't just some random wording, but something that the store has put out specifically to draw your attention to information that they want to provide for you. Using the brand font means printed signs. They can be printed from your own computer or at a professional print shop on nicer paper. They can be glossy, laminated, or protected with a protected covering, whatever makes them look professional. The font should be big enough for people to read at a glance, or at least the headline should be. If its placement within the store allows for more time to read the sign, then you can have more underneath the headline as a description, and this can be in a smaller font. But the big thing is that they should not be hand-drawn and handwritten. It looks unprofessional and not thought through, as though you all of a sudden just realized that you needed something there and grabbed a marker and a piece of paper. The counterexample to this is something like Trader Joe's, where they have, as part of their brand, hand-drawn signs. These are professionally done by artists. If the retailer is artistically inclined and wants to do all of their signage in hand-done artistic manners, then that becomes part of the brand. But in general, black marker on white paper is not a brand, and you want your brand to be represented in the signage. Most people are not professional artists, nor are graphic designers. So websites like Canva are great for making professional signs. Retailers can upload brand colors and logos and then substitute them into pre-existing templates and have professional designs with little to no know-how involved. Signs can be a great opportunity to demonstrate the brand's voice and character by using different wording and tones. By using different wording, a retailer can show their customer a seriousness, a lightheartedness, a whimsical nature, or even a humorous side. This should be consistent through how the retailer represents themselves in person, online, and through their signs. People will come to know and appreciate the tone and attitude of the retailer through this voice. Something like clearance items, wallet watchers, and cheap shit all talk about the same thing, but convey different attitudes in the way that it's presented. We spoke in our previous episode that retailers should take into account the age of their shoppers for product placement. I briefly mentioned in that episode how signs fit into this concept. If there are products that are more frequently looked at by older shoppers, then using larger fonts and larger contrasting colors on the signs can make them easier to read for that customer base. For younger customers, you can try adding characters from popular TV shows or brighter and more colorful signs to catch their attention. For this age group, something without words and just images might be just as effective as a short headline. So over the next few weeks, I would like you to analyze the signage in your store. Walk through the store as though you were a customer. Do the signs that are in place catch your attention? Does the length and message fit how a customer would be interacting with the store at that time? Are they presented to the customer in a way that naturally catches their eyesight based on what they're looking at? Do they tell you what to buy, where it's kept, and why to buy it? Do they tell you what it can do for you and when and how it can do it? If you're in the back of the store, do any signs speak to you, or are they all forward-facing? Do they reflect the brand in colors and in voice? Do they take into account who might be buying the products around them and differ slightly to appeal more to that customer? When done correctly, signage can be powerful within a store, and it can help tell a story and guide a customer. When done poorly, it can be a distracting mess. So I can't wait to hear what you notice about your stores. Have a great week. Stay safe, shop local, and keep your heart on Main Street. This episode was written, produced, researched, and edited by me, Patrick Keiser, with a very special thanks to Paco Underhill and his seminal book, Why We Buy, on bookshelves now. For more information about Heart on Main Street, you can visit www.heartonmainstreet.org or reach out to us at contact@heartonmainstreet.org. Thanks. Bye.